Hello, my name is Swatch. I have played almost every single Mario Kart game that exists, and I'm pretty good at them all, at a casual level. I do not play online as I find it to be too stressful. I can usually beat all the time trial Nintendo ghosts without too many problems. When I play Mario Kart split screen with my friends, I'm usually in the top 4 at the end of each Grand Prix, but that's the height of my competitive prowess. I'm not telling you all this to flex my amazing Mario Kart skills. I'm telling you all this to paint a picture on what kind of Mario Kart consumer I am, for better context basically. This brings us to the topic, Mario Kart World, the latest installment in the grand series of racing games. I've had a pretty good time in this game so far. Have I gotten my money's worth? I have yet to come to that conclusion. As of writing this script, I have sunken 50 hours into Mario Kart World, and I am still enjoying it. However, the reason I am making this video is because I'm missing something, and that something is incentive. I have been watching a lot of Mario Kart content on YouTube lately, and a lot of top Mario Kart players seem to enjoy the competitive nature of Mario Kart World, with all the new mechanics, tricks and cool stuff that you can do. And there has been some drama surrounding a recent patch that has decreased the rate of normal tracks and increased the rate of intermission tracks in rotation when playing online. And I understand people's frustration. Where am I going with this? Well, as it seems, for many Mario Kart World players, the meat of the game is playing competitively on regular tracks of the game. However, for me, the meat of the game has actually been the open world. I have sunk the most hours into just driving around, collecting question mark panels, collecting peach coins, and most and foremost, completing the P-Switch challenges. Why? Because the rest of the game, for me, lacks incentive. Call me a dopamine chaser or whatever you want to call it, but I don't feel incentivized to complete all the time trial ghosts or to max my rating online or get 3 stars on all the cups, because there is no concrete reward for it. The brunt of the game's unlockables are locked behind trivial achievements, such as collecting X amount of coins, picking up a random power-up, and by just playing the first few cups. You unlock all the regular characters and all the cards in just a few hours by simply playing the game. They are barely even rewards, they are simply just unlockables, trivial ones at that. Compare this to, for example, Mario Kart Wii. There are so many characters, cards and modes to unlock that are hidden behind actual achievements in the game. You are incentivized to actually play and conquer all the modes of the game, and as such, get better at the game in the process. You are even encouraged to get star ratings on cups and beat time trials. Let me bring up another example. Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, which is probably my favorite kart racer of all time. I have sunk 500 plus hours into that game. I started out as a complete noob in that game. I had no prior experience in that series, but I slowly but steadily became probably around the top 1% of the game in skill level. How? Because I was always incentivized to become better at the game, as there is content lurking behind every single inch of the entire game. Different tiers of time trial ghosts that become better and better, even going up all the way to developer time trials. And guess what? You are rewarded for defeating them with unique cosmetics. I was never able to beat all the developer time trials though, only like 70%, but that's a topic for another day I suppose. Going back to Mario Kart World, I am thoroughly missing a real sense of achievement or progression in this game. You have stickers, I suppose, but they are nowhere near as interesting or integrated to the overall experience of the game as a proper character or a kart or a mode to unlock. Gamers are gamers, and gamers like to flex and express themselves through cosmetics and rare items and whatnot. It's just fun. In Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled, you could instantly recognize if somebody was a real sweaty tryhard. If they were, for example, sporting the N-Trophy character with the digital trophy costume, as a requirement for getting that character plus the costume is defeating quite a lot of very difficult time trials. It's effective communication. Just by picking a certain combination of cosmetics, you are communicating who you are as a player to the other players. It is again simply just fun. It creates a culture within that community. In Mario Kart World, we have sort of a cosmetics system, but you unlock the cosmetics by just picking up a random item while playing. They are not rewards and do not really communicate to other players what kind of struggle you had to deal with to achieve said cosmetic. They are simply self-expression options, which is fine, of course, but they could be way more than that. So what I'm saying here is hide more content behind actual achievements. Cards, characters, modes, cosmetics, hide them behind time trial achievements, getting different star ratings on the cups and the knockout tours, getting certain ratings in online, completing certain amount of P-switches in the open world. There are so many possibilities. And speaking of which, the open world. The reason why I have been enjoying the open world so much more than the regular modes is because it actually makes me better at the game through engaging gameplay. Personally, for me, the sweetest feeling in Mario Kart World right now is to find a P-switch in a desolate location, for it to turn out to be a really difficult challenge that you really have to sink your teeth into and then finally complete it. For example, these really trick-heavy challenges that really pushes your limits. But then, sometimes you find a P-switch and you complete it on the first try. Well damn, nice, I guess. But you still get the same reward as that super difficult trick challenge that took me an hour to complete. A sticker. The stickers are an okay system, I guess. They are for me kind of an acknowledgement or a check mark on a list, but they are not proper rewards that really push me to continue. What really pushes me is ultimately the world itself. I like exploring it. The mechanics of the game is the best aspect of the whole game, and I love just being able to fool around with them in a relaxed setting where I occasionally happen to run into a shiny thing that I love to check out. And sometimes you find a cool, hidden little area with some interesting details. Or this rail that took me on a cruise over the desert, or a UFO hidden behind a fence. But at the end of the day, it all feels a little empty. I again lack incentive. Now that I have collected most of the things in the open world, it gets emptier and emptier. It can take a long time before I find anything to collect. A peach coin, a P-switch, or whatnot. You have regular coins to collect as well, which is nice, I guess. It gives you some stickers sometimes when you reach a certain threshold of total coins collected, so you can still go after that for the funsies. But it lacks serious, rewarding weight behind it. I wish Nintendo could breathe more life into the open world and more progression and rewards. Add some shops to the world. Little Toad merchants, Yoshi shop owners who sell unique stickers and cosmetics in different parts of the world at different prices. Maybe some items are locked behind a certain P-switch completion amount in the shops. This would give you an incentive to complete more P-switches. I also saw a comment on a YouTube video who suggested there could be a taxi feature where a Toad needs a ride to a certain place in the world and you have to drive there as fast as possible. Excellent idea. That could give you coins depending on your time. Add more random encounters, like the charging chuck encounter that's already in the game. Add a custom challenge feature, where you can design your own P-switch challenges and upload online for other players to enjoy in the world. Add more secret areas that are completely exclusive to the open world. And I don't mean like this mountain that is more of a symptom of the open world design, but I mean handcrafted areas that contain P-switches and peach coins to collect. Perhaps a large UFO has crashed in the desert that you can drive inside and there's a unique drifting challenge inside. There could be boss battles in the open world, just like in Mario Kart DS. They could be revealed by unlocking hidden doors that require a certain amount of question mark panels. Maybe the hidden doors are located in all the tracks of the world and are tied to the theme of the track. The possibilities are endless, and all of this ties into the theme of incentive. I don't think I am alone in feeling demotivated when there is no real reward or gratification for completing things. Some people do like playing just for the sake of getting better at said game, and that is really cool and admirable. But I think more people would get better at the games they are playing if the game in question really tests the player by hiding away much of the game's content behind real, challenging achievements. Thank you for listening.